Rouges, Spy Guys Part 8. Oh, good one. Is there shrubbery up against the building? Because shrubbery can contribute to a lot of pests. Is the place not insulated properly? And this is all the stuff that the housing authority can help you with. But yeah, very interesting what's going on. There should not be this kind of pestilence to where these people need to be spraying all the time, unless these bugs were planted. You see what I mean? To give the reason for spraying the bug spray, give it a plausible, legitimate thing, knowing very well that it causes us harm. Hopefully that's not the case. But this is getting a little ridiculous now, because we can't live like this. And you know, so if we have to leave and go someplace else, we will do so. Screw these people. But even if we leave and go someplace else, we are still going to fight this battle wherever we find ourselves. If we have to do it far away, nearby, it doesn't matter. Still staying here, it doesn't matter. We are still going to do so. Perfectly so. Legally so. So this is pretty much it. Actually, part 8 will probably just splice into part 7 because this is really short. So beautifuls and beloveds, we've given you a lot of information. Yeah, we've given you a lot of information. We have hopefully helped you. We've hopefully also helped ourselves. For our beloveds that listen, this is what we're up against. If you have any information, contact us. Post on and below our videos. Do something. If you are posting below our videos and it's not coming through, we remove all negative stuff, because we don't have to take it. We don't have to. This is our stuff, and we really are not interested in it, or we'll let you have it. Really, we could do that. Why do we just have to roll up on our backs like dead cockroaches? We don't. That's the whole thing. But then suspect that the platform may be purposely infiltrating or something. If you're calling us and you're not getting through, suspect that your calls are not getting through because somebody's interfering, mailing, whatever the case may be. You have to suspect this. We are very suspect now that we're only getting communication from their marketing funnel, and we're not okay with this. And then, you know, of course, they'll hear this either via device, or God forbid our neighbors or something, who may be doing something they shouldn't be, but let's hope not, but looking pretty interesting. You know, then they'll all of a sudden, oh, let her dad contact her. Let so-and-so, so it doesn't look like that. But nice try, backpedal won't work either, we're savvy to it. Yeah, so we're all suffering in pain right now, not due to the accident, but we have tremendous amounts of chemicals infiltrating here. It's really, really toxic stuff, guys. It only harms people. So, yeah, be aware. Also be aware there are devices that we did some research on. So this is also something we're hoping that's not happening. Look into the USPTO as far as you can do searches on various hypothetics, tools that are being developed that may be, hopefully not, but think about it this way. Just hypothetically, what if somebody nearby was using one of these devices to see what possible harm it could do to human beings if exposed to it through wood, you know, various distances, etc. Let's just say, God forbid, right? We're being used as guinea pigs, test subjects against our will. How are these things tested, by the way? How do they know certain devices cause this harm or that harm? They're protecting animals now, which good. But who's protecting innocent people? Say if somebody is outside shooting in gamma rays. I'm being facetious, but let's just say, and the USPTO, which is a patent office too, said, hey, you know what, why don't you try it on these people, these suckers in this house? Whatever, right? And then they're shooting those gamma rays in here because it's a device, and they want to get clearance from, you know, the FDA or whatever entity would give that. And then they're using us because we talk about it. They hear us, right? And they're saying, oh, causes migraines. They just, and we're doing this, and we're doing, right? Hypothetically, I know it's kind of out there, but we have to consider all things in the climate in which we find ourselves in. Now, I just want to say, God forbid that that is happening. Just a hypothetic, means nothing else. Hopefully that's all it is. But if God forbid that is happening, do you know the severity that a person would pay for that? I might not have to tell you, but it is quite severe. So hopefully that's not happening. But if it is, like I said, we have people who are helping us. Everything under the sun is going to be investigated and found out. Be on the right side of this issue. Again, you are not going to find yourselves in a good place if you're not in a good place. If you don't have our best interest, even if you were a bad guy, look, you know what? I'm not going to be redundant. You know better. You're full-grown adults. You know exactly what you're doing, and you know that you're not supposed to be doing it, and you know you're supposed to stop. So there. You can't say I didn't warn you. You can't say it, because now you all have it by access. You all have it by us writing to you saying, cut the crap. We told you so, we warned you so, leave us the hell alone. It won't go well for you to keep burying yourselves, trying to, in denial, think that you're going to save yourselves from drowning. You are even worthy, even though I'm not liking what you're doing, like I hate what you're doing, you are worthy of salvation, not just in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. I didn't make this law up, God did. And be grateful that that's there for you. Don't be a Judas and going out doing nasty things to your own body because you're getting caught anyway and you don't see a way out. God provides the way out. Like I said, that's the Peter way. God always shows two examples of good and bad. He was on the cross. The thief on the cross repented, which was good. The bad, the other thief on the cross, died and unfortunately went to hell. I don't want that for you, even though you may have been guilty. Okay? Wow, it takes a big person to say that. And I'm surprising even myself. Wow. Okay, I've grown. You might have to pay a fine in a sense, right? Look, if you've done these bad things, God gave another example. He was betrayed by human beings. I denied him 3 times. Cock-a-doodle-doo, Peter, right? He denied him. Judas did the same thing too. Judas, you know how that story ended? He self-terminated, right? Peter repented and asked for forgiveness. There is a way out. I really don't want you to self-terminate, even though people might say, well, they kind of deserve it. Everybody deserves a chance at life and being saved, even if you're guilty or bad behaving. Okay? God says so. Doesn't mean you won't pay a fine. But look, I would rather. I can't do any more than this, people. You have to try. Some have. Look, there's examples of people doing wrong to us, and then they said, not in so many ways, hey, we fucked up and we want to make it up to you. Sorry for that very graphic word. But it's true, but then they made it up to us, and then they stopped doing what they were doing and fixed things, so that looks better for them than not, okay? And I do have a little bit of say-so in this. It's like, okay, no, look at what they did. They really, really helped. They really worked it. They did something above and beyond for us to show that repentance. You have value now in a good sense. Does that make any more sense to you? Also to my beloved, same thing. I don't know the whole... Maybe I don't want to. Maybe you're like, you don't want to know this because then you'll really hate me. Maybe it's that, maybe not. But no, I really do love you. I've forgiven, and everything under that blanket of forgiveness, even if it wasn't physically under that blanket of forgiveness at that time, shove it all under there. We just need to make it right. Why? Because there's so much destruction happening. I don't want it to happen to any other person. It's not just completely just about fixing my life. So it's not like just a self-serving only type of thing. Of course I want to protect myself. I'd be stupid not to. I want to right what was wrong. If you, beloved, were used in a wrong way, I want to protect you and get that fixed, even though I know you hear me say, and it's not meant as a dig. I know it can come across that way. I have a sarcastic sense of humor, and it can come across that way unintentionally. But the truth is the truth. And I want to help so many people. I want to help you, even if you were a bad guy on the wrong side at one time, if you were used as a tool, that you didn't realize you were being used. All of this. I'm not so much a fool. My company members, board, we're not so much fools that we'll say, go ahead, abuse us, and we won't say anything because we want to just kind of get along in this whole... We can't. Do you understand? Our fabric of society is at risk. Look, Edmund Burke, oh my God, I've said this so many times. Evil persists because good people do nothing. I'm a good person. I want to believe there's good in you. The Darth Vader redemption. Corny, I know, but it's true. Come on, let's just get this done and over with. Let's get everybody on the right path again. Let's make our world, let's all be the changes that we want to see. Let me tell you something. You raise your hand saying, I want to be one of those game changers, world changers. Unless you're vetted by this group, they won't let you do it. You see the hell I'm having to go through? Red ribbons? Why would we let you do that? We do part of that. You see, I don't care. Even they're redeemable, I hope. I don't think and have a lot of hope for them, but I do have enough because of my Lord and Savior. That's what he says. So we'll see what choice they make. I want to be a good person throughout this whole process. I want to do this legally and right. I want to protect people who deserve that protection. I want to protect myself and my family. There's a lot at stake here. So stop coming down hard on Mr. President Trump. No, I'm not saying he's a perfect person. I sure as hell am not. You've seen my flaws and faults. The thing is, what do we do with those mistakes we make? I'm not going to tolerate what is being done to him anymore. It took me even a while to see. I'm not going to profess saying that I was or wasn't a supporter. That's water under the bridge right now. I am a supporter now. So if I told you I wasn't, and played going back and forth, you know what? I can place a lot of blame on some media who was trying to even manipulate me. Or some friends. You know, peer pressure. So I'm done with it. I'm a stronger person now. So I don't care what game you play. I don't care if you don't like me anymore. I really don't give a crap. Okay? My board feels the same way. I wanted to be very nonpartisan in everything. Why the hell is politics playing a part in my life like that? And in art and everything. Everything has been so, I guess the word is politicized, even though it has nothing to do with politics. It's being dragged into that. Shame on you for everybody making it that way. We all have probably an aspect of responsibility, so I am removing myself from all of that. And I'm not playing that game anymore. I don't want to play like that because it's not nice. And in some cases, unfortunately, we're finding out it's illegal. I'm done. My company is done. We are fixing things. And to hell with the fact that it might destroy the plot of the enemy or the evil ones. Because you know what? Edmund Burke was right. I want to be a game changer. I want to help. Really legitimately. And I'm telling you, based on my experience, they don't want that to happen. They only make it look like that. So no, look, we support that, but really, if you research it, they don't. Because God forbid, in their own terms, in defending themselves, like I said, a drowning man, whether good or bad, will try to save their lives. It's a natural instinct, and rightfully so, will try to save their lives while they're flailing. Death does not distinguish. The ocean, turbulent waters does not distinguish, oh, you're a good person, you're a bad person. The will doesn't distinguish that. The will of the indomitable human spirit will try to stay alive no matter where they are in the scheme of things. But I want to make this a place in which righteousness and goodness reigns more. And this never happens again, and that's exactly what President Trump is doing. So talk to the hand. Talk to the flippin' hand now. I am so done with it now that I see things. You know, name calling this gentleman, doing all of this stuff. Oh, let's take a photograph of him not looking at his best. It's been done to me too. And what exactly are you trying to get across there? Like I said, yeah, pictures can lie. Pictures don't lie, but lighting can. Of course, you get somebody in a bad angle. So, what does that prove? Oh, the wind made them look funny? Well, let's blow some wind on your face and capture it and see. To the very ones who are doing that to somebody else. Let's put the lighting on, let's just say me. And then if the light hits here, everybody has a crease here. You know what? It can make you look older or unflattering. Even I know that. I know how to make myself look that way, and so do other people. But why do that? Is that detracting from my character if I don't look good? No, it makes me human and more reachable to all of you beautifuls and beloveds. That's what it makes me do. Because any human being put in the same lighting, even an innocent newborn babe, will look like that. Oh yes. So what? When I put my arm like this and all this, hey, don't do it now. I'm sorry for maybe I was sick. Maybe they sprayed all that white dusting in the air. It made me swell. Maybe I was pregnant. Maybe I was getting my period. Maybe. Or maybe I was just being a lazy ass and didn't want to work out my arm muscles. So what? Does that detract from my character? No. So by force, people are being forced to be perfect because they don't want to deal with this shit. Right? Just saying. I know it's a little off topic, but I really don't care. I'm just saying. It shouldn't. But then why are certain people using the bad picture or the bad element to downplay somebody's good work? Or even bad work? But why do that? That is not going to hold up in a court of anything. So they look bad. Yeah? Let's turn the camera around on you right now. And we have in some cases, as you know, and I'll declare it again, we have body cams, we have security cams, we have dash cams. That's why we've been able to catch all these things. People stalking and waiting corporately from the same theys. When we come home, when we leave, is documented. Oh, camera. Yeah, well, we have our cameras going too. Thank you very much. Turn the tables. Yeah, I know, that'll energize the bad guys and try to turn the tables on us. You know, the false accusation, trying to accuse us of the very things that they're doing. Oh, they love doing that. But if you're innocent, you'll be able to prove it. Unless there's something we don't know, which God forbid there is. You know, they find ways. They just don't want to go down, beloveds. Just know that. Fight for it. Fight for it. Your very life is at stake. And the thing is, we should never have been brought in this at all. Ever. Now, let's go back. My intellectual property was accessed before the internet was even around. Could have been an ocean. I don't know. I don't really care. But, yeah, I've told you, instead of social media, it was photo labs. And to so-called, yes, try to prove that they weren't taking from my image, they changed and color timed my hair and my skin. I was like, I've never had dark skin before. I've had a nice golden tan, but I wasn't a sun worshiper even as a teenager when it was in vogue to do that. Because I burn. My mom would get on my case, don't go outside and do this, you know, and I'm like, alright, I got one bad burn once in my life. Once. It was really bad. I learned my lesson. That's what happens when you don't listen to mom. And, you know, I never did that again. But I was never brown per se, and they color timed my skin. It was like I look a totally different ethnicity, although that ethnicity is in my culture and heritage. I took after my dad, very fair skinned, but you know, golden nonetheless, creamy golden, very pretty, whatever. Yeah, they color timed my hair to look like black brunette. They probably thought that my stepdad was my real dad. They saw my real mom, she had dark hair. I didn't have dark hair. Deep auburn, yeah, but not black, not brown for sure. Very, very peculiar. So, you know, we found instances, like I said, the same event. One person with a totally different last name developed their film. Same location, sometimes it was a different location. And they came back differently. It's like, wait, my real color was there, and yet we have that picture and it's wrong here. Well, we know why. So they can say, see, we didn't take it. Look, they have their picture. What about the yearbook? Oh, I could tell you about that too. Same thing. Same thing. I'm like, why do I look like I was, you know, totally, completely different and probably unrecognizable, but not. Very, very upsetting, because I would say, wait, why do I look like this? I think my mom knew what was going on. So does my stepdad. I think so. You know? Interesting how they all kind of passed. Everything is very interesting to me. They weren't old. That's the thing. You start seeing people, because my family lived to be a very, very, very ripe old age. Like, very. And then they're all kind of kicking it. Some could be legitimized, maybe. Timing. All of it's very, very interesting. That's why they look for the plausible means. Oh, they have that in their history. Well, let's really exploit that. Excuse me. Again, you know, the FBI talks about certain things like that. What applies to intellectual property applies to any aspect of life, really. Really. So you got to be savvy. So that is why we're sharing everything. We don't want you, beautifuls and beloveds, to go through the same thing we did, because its ugly old ass destroys. It is so evil. So I beg all of you, get in touch with us if you know anything. Get in touch with our government. Say, hey, we know about this. And if you don't hear back, keep on them, keep on them, keep on them. Don't give up by any means. Please don't. If we gave up, well, I wouldn't be here talking to you fine people right now. I think that's all we're going to say. I have to go take care of some other things, but we will probably do another series. This is a nice juicy one, what, 8, 9 parts, something like that, called Bad Guys and Spy Guys. Live and learn. But yeah, it stops here. These people are so obnoxious. We want to be good neighbors. Really? That's not good neighbor. Not good neighbor. Love you. Be blessed. Be sweet. Don't do any harm. Bye, guys.